welcome to episode 2 of No One Asked, an advice podcast where we offer our listeners an endless amount of advice that they always really need. I'm your host, Lindsey, and with me I have a very special guest today. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Marissa.
Tell the people about you.
Okay, I'm Lindsey's friend. I'm 18. I go to Palos Verdes High School too. I'm a senior. I'm going to be graduating soon, attending UCLA next fall.
Woo!
Yeah,
so she's super smart.
Oh, no.
So you are in good hands in this podcast.
Thank you, Lindsey.
All right, so we're going to just get started here. So starting off with our first segment, as we always do, or, like last time, because there's only been one podcast, it's literally No One Asked. And we're going to offer unsolicited advice to people or countries, politicians, inanimate objects that we think need some advice. Do you have anybody that just comes off the top of your head that you're like, shoot, they need advice?
People?
Or anything. Dogs. I'll go first so you could keep thinking, because I kind of sprung it on you. But I was thinking, we both watched 13 Reasons Why, right?
Yeah.
We both saw season 1, but we both haven't seen season 2 yet.
That's true.
So I was thinking, this advice goes out to all you 13 Reasons Why fans who haven't yet started season 2. You should rewatch season 1 before you watch season 2, because there's so many hidden things.
That's true. I haven't watched season 1 again. I think when I was watching season 1, I didn't really pay attention to the little things, and I just kind of was like watching it, but not really taking it in for like the meaning of it. So like I think if I watched it again, the second season will be more meaningful, because then I'll like understand why they like did everything in the first season. Because like I think the second season's like them explaining it a lot more than the first season, and like the trial part of it. And so
yeah,
it's good to like review what happened.
Exactly. Like it's a nice refresher, because you just know what happens at the end. So when you're rewatching it, you're like, oh my gosh, like this was a sign. And that was the huge thing. There was like, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but if you've seen it, you know that something kind of happens at the end, and there were so many signs throughout it. It's wild. And I'm also like super oblivious as a watcher. Like I never catch on anything, and I can never predict anything. But when you rewatch it, it's like, how did I miss it? It's crazy.
Yeah, I think like, I don't know, this is like a much different show, but I was like, I'm like rewatching Pretty Little Liars right now.
Oh, nice.
And like, I'm on the first season still, and just like the little things that like don't even matter, just like you see that why the writers put that in the show.
Wow.
Because like at that time in the season, I think A was supposed to be Spencer, and like in that season they foreshadow her doing a lot of like sketchy things.
Whoa.
But like you wouldn't like catch at all. Like you wouldn't think it was like abnormal if you didn't understand why the writers were writing.
Yeah. That's like my favorite thing about plot twists or like things that have plot twists in them, because it's like when you rewatch, you're like, how did I never see this coming? But when you watch it the first time, you really had no idea that was gonna happen.
You never know.
Yeah.
So you just gotta go for it and watch it again.
Yeah. So that's my advice to all you 13 Reasons Why fans.
Yes.
Rewatch it, and it's a fast rewatch. There's like 13 hours. That's it. So
I think like my main concern with watching it, the second season, was with like how they thought it was glamorizing suicide.
Yeah,
that's not the right word. But yeah.
But that makes sense.
But I was like, didn't know if it was like the right thing to watch. Like even if like you're not in that state of mind, just like after watching it, you might like think that like maybe it's okay if you do it.
Yeah.
And like after, like you said, like you asked your mom about it, who's a psychiatrist, and like everything's okay.
Yeah.
Like that they like put a lot of thought into it.
Yeah, because Marissa and I talked about this a few days ago. There's so many people who hate it, and my mom's a psychologist, like you said, so I like talked to her about it a little bit, and she watched it, and there's actually like one of my teachers watched it, and we talked to her about it, and both of them said it's not the kind of thing to watch if you're in that position, or if you're super fragile and you think it could really like affect your decisions or who you are, things like that. But people who maybe don't understand completely what it's like going through depression or being, you know, a survivor of assault or something like that, I think it can help give them perspective and then help them empathize with people more.
Yeah.
And then just, like, I don't know, there's certain things, like, I feel like it really I mean, not that I don't think I'm a bully, you know, but it showed me how much, like,
words can have an impact.
Exactly. And you really never know what's happening to someone until like,
you really get to know them.
Exactly.
And, like, even if you're the best friend, they still might be keeping things from people that are close to them because they just, like, don't feel comfortable sharing it.
Yeah.
So, like, I think, like, at all times you should be, like, aware of what other people are going through.
Yeah.
And, like, be careful of what you say because you never know.
So it gives you a really good life lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'll rewatch season 1
Mm-hmm.
and then, like, watch season 2, but at the same time, like, understand why they're showing certain clips that people think shouldn't be shown. For example, like, the last episode of the first season. Have you gone to that part?
Yeah.
And a lot of people were, like, angry about that because they thought that was not necessary to show. But I think it, like, made a bigger impact. Because I think if they didn't actually show her committing suicide, sorry if it's, like...
Yeah, that's not a spoiler. That's, you know that within the first 5 minutes.
Then, you would still impact you, but not visually, and I think that's, like, kind of important. When you see something, it sticks in your memory a lot longer. Yeah.
Like, I totally understand if you don't like it, like, it's not the show for you, and you don't want to watch it, that, like, I totally get that.
Yeah. I don't think it's, like, a feel-good TV show.
No.
But not everything you watch has to be, like...
Yeah.
I think some of them could be, like, some TV shows make you think more about life, and, like, I think this one is one of those shows that just people should watch so that they're informed about, depression and the effects that teenagers can have, like, on one another by just, like, what they say to each other in the halls, or I don't know, just, like, by texting.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. That's how I feel about it too.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So what is your literally no one asked?
Like someone, like a show, or
it could be anything. I know last week we did Kim and Kanye. But honestly, it could be a TV show. It could be
just something to talk about. Just like
or just like if you have advice for someone. Or something.
I have an advice. Yeah, maybe this is, like, important because, like, we're both going into college next year, and, like, I know a lot of people are, like, they're nervous about going to, like, this new place and like what they're gonna do there, if they have, like, the right major and everything. So I think that's, like, a good topic.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea. So what piece of advice do you have for the people who are so nervous about going to college and picking majors?
I think, like, personally, I was really nervous because I'm an art major, and, like, I think a lot of people, when they think art major, they think, oh, like, that's all you're gonna do with your life is just, like, paint, and, like, you're gonna be an artist and you're not gonna make any money, but you'll be happy, but, like, it's not, like, a real profession. And, like, I think lately I've been, like, thinking about it, and it's, like, there's so many different things you can do with art.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about, like, the reason why I like it in the first place. And, like, I'm, like, I really enjoy it and, like, I'm passionate about, like, the actual art part of it and, like, painting, and I'm doing things with my hand and being creative and, like, the creative process of art. But, like, it's more about, like, as, like, a profession-wise, it's more about, like, I think art is the only form of like, media that you can really, like, incorporate, like, global issues into your pieces.
Wow.
To, like, make a statement without, like, using words. And I think, like, someone that was, like, very introverted as, like, a child and, like, doesn't like, consider someone that, like, will speak just, like, without being told, like, in front of audiences. I think it's, like, that's, like, more me, and I think, like, if I want to, like, make an impact on this world, like, I want to do it my way, and, like, the way that will, like, be more efficient and, like, effective.
Yeah.
And, like, the people that I will touch. You can't always, like, touch all different types of people with your work, but, like, touch a few people if you do genuine work.
Yeah. No,
if that makes any sense.
No, it totally does.
You know? Yeah.
That's so cool. Like, no one's ever explained to me, like, what they feel about art and, like, why they're motivated to do it. And, like, that's such a good...
Yeah.
And, wow, like, doing something you really love like, makes so much sense, and you have, like, such a great reason, too.
Yeah, I think that, like, I think personally, I've always been someone with a strong opinion, and, like, I think, like, right now in society and just with the news and everything, it's always the people that speak the loudest and people that talk more that are heard, and I think that I'm not someone that's that loud and, like, will, like, raise my voice at something to get my opinions heard. I need an outlet, and, like, even if, like, art doesn't turn out to be, like, something I can incorporate into my profession, I'm definitely gonna do it on, like, a daily basis, just because it's, like, my way of expressing myself and staying balanced and, like, sane.
Yeah, wow.
It's like we only need that, like, one thing that will, like, keep us going every day.
Yeah. And I really think that there's so much you can do with art. And you're so good at it that, like,
thank you.
You'll definitely find a job.
Yeah. But, like, in general, what my point is that, like, I don't think that a major is that big of a deal.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, especially my dad, has been telling me that right now, like, don't worry about that. Like, like, why are you even worrying about, like, your major, like, your profession? Like, you haven't even taken the classes yet.
Yeah.
Like, you should figure that out once you're there, and, like, what interests you, what path you decide to go on once you're at college, not now when we're not even there yet.
Yeah.
It's just, like, thinking about something is not the same thing as actually doing it.
Yeah. And that was a huge trend, at least in our school this year, where people were deciding between the school with their major or a school
that they like a lot.
Yeah, that they liked more.
That's
or
true.
Yeah. And, like, I was going through that a little bit because one of the schools I was looking at had a really highly ranked journalism program, and that's what I want to do, is journalism. For that reason, I was like, oh, it would make sense for me to go to that school. The school I ended up choosing, like, doesn't even have my major. It has something that's sort of like it. It's just not as hands-on. And so that was hard for me to make that decision because I was hoping to have a lot of hands-on experience with, like, podcasting and, you know, writing stories and having the equipment to do all that stuff. But, you know, like, what if I change my mind and I don't even want to do that major?
You don't want to be stuck somewhere where you really, like, you just don't connect with the people, but you chose it because you were sure on that.
Yeah.
But, like, you're never sure on something.
Yeah.
Like, you want to have, like, a backup plan, or, like, just know that like, just being with people that you like is important, I think.
Yeah. And, like, every adult you talk to, almost every adult, unless they were, like, pre-med, which I know your dad was pre-med, right? They, like, all majored in something different than what they're actually doing.
Actually, even pre-med, you don't have to major in a science.
And, like, wow. So
my sister is not even I think she's dual majoring, but, like, history was her initial major, I think.
Yeah, and she's pre-med.
She knew at that time that she wanted to do pre-med, I'm pretty sure. So it's really not a big deal. Actually, I think even, like, graduate schools smile upon people that do a major that's different from the normal majors. So, like, I know a lot of people that, or not a lot, but, like, a few people that are, like, art majors, but they're going to, like, dentistry.
Oh, cool.
Or, like, poli-sci or, like, history majors that are going pre-med. And, like, they like that. Like, med schools and, like, I guess, like, law schools, like a diverse student body.
Yeah.
So they like people that have different interests.
Oh, that's cool.
Than just, like, biology and chemistry.
Because there's something else you can add to it, because you have a different background.
Yeah, because they don't want people that are all the same.
Yeah.
Like, even in med school, and, like, more narrowed down schools.
That was really helpful, hopefully, for people who might be a little stressed out about majoring in college.
Don't worry about majors right now. I think right now, as a senior, as, like, a almost soon-to-be summer senior, I don't know if that's a word.
Yeah,
you should,
graduated senior.
Yeah, you should just, like, take in the moments and appreciate where, like, being with your family and friends and, like, where you grew up, and just not think about the future, because you can't control that. Another thing is, like, being, like, in your mind a lot. None of that is going to help you in your actual life. Like, thinking is important, but not, like, when you start to just, like, overthink, it's, like, unhealthy. And so, yeah, don't stress too much about college.
Yeah, because you really do have, like, what, 3 months until everything, you know, is turned upside down, and you have to think about college a lot.
Yeah.
So just don't do it now.
And you have 4 years, so.
Yeah. I know.
So.
Honestly, like, I think college is super hyped up in society, and, like,
Yeah.
and I'm excited for college. I'm nervous, too, but I think you don't like it, you can switch, you know? You can transfer, and you don't like your major, you can switch majors.
Yeah. And there's so many jobs out there. I think people forget that just because we focus on a few in high school. Yeah, so you just gotta go for it and pick the college that you feel is right for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little advice for you juniors, too, who might be torn in the upcoming months. Now we've got our questions, and we've got one that really ties in from what we were just talking about college and stuff. So someone asked, how do you stay in touch with people / friendships when you go to different colleges?
I honestly think that you can only have a few really strong friendships in life, and then like acquaintances, and then like friends. And I think like going into college, you kind of need to be aware of who you really feel cares about you, and who like have a strong connection with, and who like improves your life. And make sure that you make time for them while you're in college. Check up on them a lot, and text them a lot, and like make time to see them. I think like just going to lunch and just like casually being friends with like a lot of people in high school, and then going to college, and then just like texting to get like lunch when you come back for breaks is like not healthy, like as healthy for you, and it's much harder because like people are all over the world. So like in my opinion, I think you should have like a few friends that you'll stay in touch with like forever, hopefully, or that at least you make an effort to, because you really care about them. You should always like make an effort to become closer and be a better friend to people that you aren't as close to, but just to like keep that in mind.
Yeah, I agree. You have to think, would I want this person to be in my wedding? And if the answer is no, then you drop them.
Yeah.
If you don't even want them in your wedding, then what is really your friendship? Exactly.
That's true.
And also, if you like keep reaching out to the person in college, and they're not really responding really well, and they're kind of like annoying you or like frustrating you because they're not giving you the kind of attention and energy you're giving them, I think you should drop it.
Yeah, I totally agree. I also don't think you should take it personally, because a lot of people are going through different things through life, especially in college. There's a lot of stress and a lot more responsibility. So respect that they're not in the right place to like be friends with you.
Yeah.
Or like just something's not clicking, or like you guys aren't similar.
If you don't want to keep forcing someone to be friends with you from so far away. If they're not putting any attention into you now, they're not going to in years from now either. You know, you're only gonna drift further apart.
I think for most people, you form more into the person you are in college.
Yeah.
And so if you don't like them now, where they're like a little bit of like who they want to be, like you're not gonna get along with them when they're actually completely themselves.
Yeah, they're their full-fledged person. Yeah.
And you're just gonna like be annoyed with each other.
Yeah, I agree with that. But if you do like them, FaceTiming is a good idea.
FaceTiming.
Like if you have like a group chat, I know I have 2 friends, one of them's in college, and we have a group chat that we like text in all the time. It's not a bother really, it's just something that like something happens and I'm like, oh, it would make sense for me to tell these 2 people, and I like just text them automatically, and it's something like super easy, and I'm not like, oh dang, like I have to update these people on this thing again. So
I don't believe in that at all. I think like just like a friendship should be very natural.
Yeah.
And, like whoever you get along with and like enjoy spending time with, and you should spend time with.
Yeah. Not
like, oh, this person has been like friends with me for like this many years, like we have to like hang out now. We haven't hung out in a while, and like friends hang out that long.
Yeah.
Like that often. I think you need to like take off the label.
Yeah.
And I think if like something does go wrong and like you feel like one of your friends isn't making like a huge effort, then you should ask them why, or be like tell them like, straight up, like I don't think you're like hanging out with me, like you're not like, it doesn't seem like you care that much about our friendship, and like see how they reply.
Yeah.
And like if it seems like they don't care, because I feel like it's like pretty obvious to tell.
Yeah.
Respect yourself.
Yeah, because they might be like, oh, I'm going through like finals in college, and you're like, oh, our schedules are super different. I just didn't know, you know. Like, I mean, that's probably wouldn't be the situation, but
after a few times though, I think it's good for you to cut ties.
Yeah. All right. So I hope that helped you, anonymous advisee. Here at No One Asked, we call our askers, or the people who send in questions for us, we call them advisees, because we are the advisors.
I like that.
Thank you. So moving on to our next question. This question is from another anonymous person.
Ooh.
And they asked, is it always barrel time?
What does that mean?
Let's Google it. What is a barrel? Oh, it's like
like
tube
going
riding.
for it? Is that what they mean? Like,
I think it's when the wave like curves over and makes a tube, and you have to go through it. So the question is it always barrel time? Like, is it? I think they're meaning, is it time
is
to
this an
go?
Analogy to life?
I do not think so.
Oh, okay.
I think this person really just wants to go out in the. This person is a surfer and is like, is it always barrel time? Like, should we always hit the waves?
Oh, I think when you can, I feel like being in a barrel is a once in a lifetime opportunity. I don't think I'll ever be able to do that.
You?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I've tried surfing, but I just can't.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really hard.
My dad surfs a lot, and I'm pretty sure he's been like in like a very, very small barrel. I wish it was always barrel time.
But you don't think it is?
I don't think it's possible to be unless you're like the number one professional surfer.
Especially here. I think the waves here aren't that good.
Yeah, they're pretty small.
It's definitely not. Our final
like a
answer.
boogie board time.
Oh my god, I'm so there for that. Our final answer is, it's not always barrel time, but it is always boogie board time.
Yes, but when you can, you should go for it and go through the barrel.
Even if you're on a boogie board.
Even if you're on a boogie board. Even if you're just swimming.
Go through that barrel. Yeah. Defy, like, the rules of physics. Mm-hmm. And we'll go through that barrel, even if you don't have a surfboard.
Even if it's not possible.
Yeah. Make it possible.
Yeah, be the first person.
Yeah, who's ever done that. What would your analogy be? Because you thought it was an analogy for life. What were you thinking was the analogy?
I was thinking like I think some people when they surf and they want to go through a barrel, but then they just like give up, or they just like don't go through. So then I was like, are they talking about like, is it always time to just like go for it and like go through it, or like to like wait for the right moment, like when you're feeling it?
I think that's more prophetic than our advisee was asking. Okay. But we need to clarify more then. Yeah. So our final answer is not always barrel time. It is always boogie board time, and it is always the analogy of barrel time, because you should always go for it.
Yes.
Because who cares?
Yeah.
Nothing bad can happen ever. Nope. Okay, our next question is, how do I get hairstyles to take me to prom?
Harry Styles?
Mm-hmm. I know everyone goes to Twitter and they're like, if I get 20,000 retweets, like, will you go to prom with me? But I don't think you should do that. That is so 2017.
Yeah, and do you really want your prom to be centered around Harry Styles? As amazing as he is, would you want to... He would steal your spotlight.
Yeah. But if you do really want him...
Maybe try that Twitter thing.
Yeah. Or you need to be more original. You need to show to his house, break in, cry until...
Find out what his, like, favorite dessert is.
And bring it.
Yeah. And then, like, sing to him from the balcony.
Don't break in. Because that could get you in so much trouble. Yeah, and probably not worth it.
Because you want to go to prom.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to, like, you don't want him to finally agree to go to prom with you, and then you are carted away.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
Yeah. Bake him something homemade that he likes.
Bake him something.
Serenade him.
Serenade him. And then, if he comes down, take him to prom.
Yeah.
But don't tell anyone.
just show up with him.
Just show up with him.
And then everyone on your party bus is like, what?
Like, oh, I didn't tell you?
Yeah, and you're we're really good friends. And he has a crush on me. So he just, and everyone, I would believe you 100%.
So it wasn't me, it was him. It was his idea.
Yeah, he begged me to take him to prom. But then you'd have to fill out one of those sheets that, like, they make you fill out, at least at our school in the office. Yeah, like, if this person is not in the school district and you have to, like, get all their information. The ladies in the student store.
Make sure that they don't steal him away. Because they might, like, say, oh, it's not, like, it's not, that's not allowed. But then they might just take him for themselves. Don't
let them do that.
Yeah.
You deserved it.
No, you deserve Harry Styles.
Yeah. You do deserve Harry Styles. It is barrel time. Go for it and get Harry Styles.
Yes.
We have a lot of questions, too. So these will roll over. If you asked a question and we did not answer it today, we will answer it next week. But the last question is someone asked, how many feet are there in a mile? And so I wrote down what my guess was, because I knew the general thing.
5. I thought it was like 5,260.
5,260.
I don't think that's right.
Yeah, my guess was 5,824.
I'm pretty sure it's in the 5,000s though.
Yeah. So it's 5,280. You did 5,260, right?
Oh, whoa, yeah.
Wow, you're so close.
Wow.
I mean, you're going to UCLA. It makes sense.
No, you're going to Berkeley.
I mean, I was further off than you, but nice.
That's weird.
Yeah, only 20 feet difference. I think, personally, we just need to convert to the metric system.
Yeah.
Because this feet, mile thing.
It's not necessary to have.
Yeah. It's, like, not a logical conversion, so...
You don't need to know that.
Yeah. But now you do, so you're welcome for that.
Yeah. No, now you can get, like, an extra point on your test or something.
Yeah. All right, so that was all of our questions for this week, because we actually talked a lot. I feel like it went by super fast.
Yeah, I didn't know that was 30 minutes.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? So now it's time for me to guess the phrase.
Oh, okay.
Did you incorporate it?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm really at a loss. I'm trying to think. My guess section it was in was 13 Reasons Why, because I know we talked about that for a long time. That's right. Oh, gosh.
I said it in most segments.
You said it multiple times?
You said it, too.
Oh, God. I said the phrase of the week?
I think I said it so many times
that I was like, yes!
Okay. And then you started saying it.
I have a guess, but it's probably wrong. Analogy is my guess.
No.
What is it?
Just go for it.
Just go for it. That was the phrase of the week. Just go for it. All right. That was such an inspirational phrase.
Thanks.
Man, I would never guess just go for it. Because that's something like that's super like logical.
Yeah, because I think I said it for the barrel, and then I said it for 13 Season Y, and then I think I said it for the college thing.
You said it like so many times. I still had no idea. My God. That you finessed that phrase of the week like no other.
Thank you.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. So this has been another episode of No One Asked. If you have any questions that you want us to answer or any advice that you need, you can email me at lindseystaub00@gmail.com, which is LINDSEYSTAUB00@gmail.com. I'm your host, Lindsey.
Marissa, thank you for having me.
That was a lot of fun. Oh, I'm glad. Thank you for coming on.
Of course, anytime.
All right, and tune in next week for another episode of No One Asked.